Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup. This is season 3, episode 19, and it was titled M.I.A. Fiancee. All right, y'all. So I already know I'm late or whatever, but honestly, I kind of had to muster up all the energy that I had to kind of get on this camera because I legit just want to lay in the bed. But I owe y'all this review, so here I am. So I hope y'all enjoy it. All right, so they showed, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 couples. So I guess they would no, because we're gonna have another couple next week, and I don't even understand why we gonna introduce this couple next week, but whatever. But at any rate, this episode was long as hell. It was 1 hour and 27 minutes, and I could have did without Brittany and Marcelino and who else? Lindsey and Scott. I could have did without them. Like legit. So yeah. But at any rate, let's just jump into this episode, child. Let's start with how did we leave off? I don't even remember. But let's start with Mike and Sarah, child. Dumbass is in this bear costume or bear suit or whatever. Talking about him and his baby mama, aka his wife, had some ups and downs, and he was kind of upset with her at the party because she was being a little messy because she wanted to bring her boyfriend up there, yada yada yada. He said he don't care what she say, he gonna come see his kids and she gonna have to deal with it. I said, oh, okay, that's how we do. Okay. So he was telling us about why he in this stupid ass bear suit, because he created this character named Mr. Blue to kind of talk to the kids. I guess to talk to the baby, not the baby, but the oldest child. I can't think of her name, but the oldest child. I guess to calm her down or bring comfort to her while he was in jail. Who knows, child? Why would he walk past their front desk? The front desk person ain't even blink an eye. I said she see crazy shit every day because she was just like, oh, okay, have a good day. She didn't even blink or nothing. I was just like, wow. So meanwhile, at Sarah's house, we see Malcolm. He there. He like, well, you want me to get some donuts and bagels or like some little cookies and coffee for the kids, you know, for us and the kids and stuff. She was like, oh yeah, okay, go ahead. She was saying like he's been playing a good role, a stepdaddy, because that's what she's trying to make him. And she was saying like she gotta go to court in a couple of weeks for custody with Michael, and they'll, whatever the custody hearing says, then they can go and proceed on and get ready for the divorce. She claims that she's ready for this divorce or whatever. We shall see. Malcolm is in the car, and he was saying like ever since the party they talked or whatever, and she said that she's okay, but she seems kind of empty and like she got a lot on her mind. And he know dumbass finna come see the kids, and he don't really know how he feel about that. Child, we see dumbass driving. Dumbass don't really care about Michael. He say he ain't worried. He get out. He parks right beside Sarah van. He get out the car, child. He put the little head on, and then he just walks on in the house. You walking in my house? Like, you could have knocked, rung the bell, opened the door, was like, hello, like something. No, he just walked in the house like he lived there. He'd have got totally cussed out. That's what you know. That's what you don't do. Like, you don't do stuff like that. But he walked in. She said she was beyond pissed, but she was trying to put on a face for the kids and was like, well, who that, or whatever. She said she told him not to come, but she's not surprised by his actions and nothing like that. The kids having a good time. They trying to take the mask off of him. They finally take the mask off. She was saying like when he's there, he's a good dad, but when he's not consistent. He's a crappy father, basically. Child, we see Malcolm pull up. These damn M names. Malcolm comes in there like he the damn barista. Well, I got the coffees and the bagels. I said, Jesus, help him. So Malcolm was just like, oh, he here. Because he see him, because her house ain't but yay big. So he see the bear and all this other crap. He seemed unfazed. He was just like, oh, okay, what's up? How you doing or whatever. He was like, what's up with the costume? What's up, bro? Or whatever. Dumbass don't say nothing. First of all, you done walked in my house unannounced. Now you being rude to my man. Like, that's what we not finna do. Sarah, she irritated. The baby fussing. She walked past Malcolm. She apologized to Malcolm. Malcolm don't know what to do. He like, oh, let me get the... he looking dumb in the face. He don't know what to do, child. Then I think he said something to dumbass, and the dumbass finally answered them. And I was like, about time, he been trying to talk to you or whatever. And then Malcolm tells us, like, well, he understands that he wants to see his children, and he thinks it's great that he wants to see his children or anything like that. But why he want to play daddy now? You know why? Because you in her life or whatever. That's the only reason why. But at any rate, Sarah worried that things going to escalate, but she hoped that dumbass ain't that dumb to pop off in front of churn. So what happened, child? So Malcolm asked him, like, why you leave the party and stuff, and then Mike was like, well, I wasn't aiming to meet you at the party because it was the party or whatever, and I got upset because all the attention was getting off of the my daughter, and it should have been her day or whatever, so I left the party or whatever. He was saying, what else he said? Oh, Malcolm was like, I'm not trying to impose on your fatherhood. Dumbass was like, he don't feel threatened. He talking about, son, if anything, I fit in this family. He don't fit in the family because I'm the dad, so he don't fit. And I'm like, you don't fit neither, because when was the last time you saw these churn? Boy, bye. And so Malcolm was like, well, as much as I heard about him, I'm kind of surprised he down, he's having this civilized conversation with me or whatever. So then Malcolm asked him something about custody. Dumbass don't want to answer. He want to get up, walk away, or wear a baby girl. So you being rude again. Like, he done got cussed out all the way. What you not finna do is disrespect my man or come up in my house. That's what you not finna do. You not finna do that. Like, you gonna respect everything around here. Like, everything. So, what happened? Oh, so what was it? I forgot what he said. But at any rate, dumbass was basically like, he holds the key to if Malcolm gonna stay in the family or stay with Sarah, because he the crazy baby daddy and the husband, and he makes the decisions. And then he gonna talk about something. He finna move to Rochester, New York. Like, what? Who? Child, where he getting this? Well, I know they get paid to be on the show, but how much? Then so Malcolm later on, he rocking a baby. So dumbass then left. He rocking a baby. Malcolm like, this is a crazy day. This is a crazy day. And she was like, yeah, she's so sick of dumbass, and she don't want it to be too much for Malcolm and stuff like that. But she like, this is my reality. Like, I can't, do anything about it. I got a dumbass baby daddy. Like, I can't do nothing about that. And so she was saying, like, as long as we be true, be respectful, and communicate, we should be all good and stuff. And so Malcolm want to know where they stand at, her and dumbass. And she was like, well, we co-parenting, we got 2 kids, we got 2 beautiful children, Why during the conversation he called, she declined the call, and he was like, that was him. Yeah, it was him, but I'm not answering the phone or nothing like that. So she starts talking. He like, well, you got too much emotion for him. She was like, too much emotion for him, or what he did to my kids, or what he not doing for my kids. So she popping off, she going crazy and stuff, and it was all Sarah. Like, he asking, like, do I fit here, or am I added stress or something like that? She like, look, I'm a big girl. I know what I did to when I asked you to come into my life or whatever like that. I'm ready. He want to know if he was just revenge, because he like, look, I know this man has cheated on you 150 times. Like, am I just revenge? Because it would have been a good revenge if that's what it was. And she was like, no, you ain't no revenge. Like, I love you. I love you a lot. You mine. And so he was just like, all right, whatever. And that was pretty much it for them. I'm so sick of the storyline. We already know that Sarah probably gonna get back with Michael, especially if this fool move in. He probably move in next door. Child. And if he do, Jesus help us. Who we gonna do next? Lindsey and Scott, because I'm tired of Lindsey and Scott. I'm tired of Lindsey. I'm tired of her line. I'm just tired. Child, she drinking vodka and orange juice early in the morning. He drinking some coffee. He was saying it's, well, I think it's, she said it, I don't know. She says it's been 5 to 6 weeks since she got out of jail, and she's still trying to get used to sleeping with another person, and then he snores, and then he talks about being intimate with her, but he said they in 2 separate beds. I said, child. She was telling him about some photo shoot because she was getting all ready or whatever. He was like, what you getting ready for? She was like, oh, I got this photo shoot or something like that. He was like, oh, that's the day? And she was like, yeah. He was like, well, you modeled a long time ago. You sure that's a good like adventure right now for you? Like a job? You gonna make some money off that? Cause you don't look the way you looked when you were 16. He didn't say all that, but that's what I got from it. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna make all this money. He was like, well, okay, well, how you gonna get there? Oh, by the way, I need you to drive me. No, you better call an Uber, because you should have told me ahead of time. Like, what? No. And so he like, he said something. And then she was like, well, you don't need to be worrying about all that. You just need to be quiet. I said, child. He was talking about, somebody was talking about marriage. I said, marriage? She can't even ask you for a ride. Marriage, child. He concerned about the whole photo shoot thing. He don't know if it's legit or whatever like that. What else happened, child? Oh, she said that he was going to make her like a partner in a company that he owned or whatever, like doing the books and stuff. But he hasn't offered that to her yet, so she's going to get money the way she can get money or whatever. So then we saw like a little, was that the little snippet? No. Oh no, I'm jumping ahead, y'all. I'm sorry. So then they get to the thing or whatever. Dude looked creepy. I ain't like the way he was looking at her when he was talking. He looked like he wanted to just like devour her and take nude pictures and put them on some kind of site. But I didn't like the way he was looking at her. Scott was kind of looking around like, oh, this is it. And so then he takes the guy outside and he talks to him. And then the dude was kind of sketchy because Scott was asking him like legitimate questions like, well, what kind of professional pictures do you take? Like, you know, have you been published? You know, like all this stuff. He was like, well, no, I just take professional pictures. He was like, well, some people think porn is professional, and then some people think like GQ is professional. So we're like on the line, are you professional? He was like, well, you know, I just do a lot of professional pics. So you doing porn? Like, what is you doing, sir? Like, you can't even tell me what pictures you doing, or you just taking pictures to keep them in your portfolio so you can whack off to it later. Like, I didn't trust him. And so Scott was like looking, he was like, well, I kind of grilled the dude or whatever, and he seems like he's legit. I said, Scott, you was a pansy, because now I was on your side and now you done back down and stuff, but whatever. She got an attitude talking about he was controlling and trying to control the situation. Then she started taking her pictures and whatnot, and I was like, girl, what else happened? Oh, then he was saying like he did say he wanted her to be part of the business. However, she's a convicted felon, and he needs to make sure that this relationship won't be stable before he invite her into this business. And I don't blame him. I don't blame, because if she gets spiteful or petty or something like that, and she doing the books at the business, hell no, shawty. Then we see them buying a car. She want a new edition. I guess she want a 2020. He like, the lady like, oh, we got this new 2012 Range Rover. Who paying for the girl? She want a brand new car. It was just a mess. But then we see finally Miley Grace's room is all done. The attic is all cute. It was cute or whatever. But again, I don't see her being up in that room that long, because yeah, it's just, I don't know. But it was cute. I think she should just stay in the room that they had for her and just dialed that part up. Or maybe the attic could have been a playroom or something. I don't know. But I don't think she's going to be in there that long. They outside. She tell him how happy Miley was and whatnot. And that grass was tall. I said they don't live in no HOA, because they would have got plenty of notices, okay? But he all excited because Miley Grace is happy, so she happy, and then he happy because both of them happy, so it's all happy. She like, well, since he in a happy mood and got his ego stroked, I'm gonna bring him in here and we're gonna talk about Sarah Bell. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, she gonna finally tell him that she eating the poom. But no, she don't do all that. She go inside, y'all. Let me tell you what she did when she went inside. She went inside and was like, well, you like Tara Bell. He was like, I mean, she cool and stuff or whatever. But he don't know nothing about Tara Bell. Know nothing about her. So she was like, well, she got a camper and she don't really have nowhere to put the camper. So I was thinking maybe she could put the camper in our driveway. And then, you know, when she get a land or something like that, then she can move the camper or whatever. So, you know, it's like temporary. He was like, I mean, well, she's a good resource, a good friend for you and stuff like that. So I don't see why, you know, she can't put the camper there. That'd be a good move for you, Lindsey. That's good. I say, Lindsey gonna be in the goddamn camper having sex with freaking Tara. You so fool. Like, you don't ask no questions. No questions. Like, what in the world? What in the world? And she even said, like, because she got on the phone with Tara Bell and was like, oh, yeah, girl, he said you can move this camper on here. It's going to be so fun. We're going to be neighbors. And then she said, like, one day she going to just slide Tara Bell all inside the house. I said, he is a fool. Anyway, Molly Grace is going camping. It's time for parent time or whatever like that. Scott hoping they can get close, rekindle their relationship or whatever. She just want to kind of talk. She like, we gonna have a come to Jesus moment or something like that. And then she said something about she used to be a drug dealer, so she could snoop out and know what he doing or whatever. And so I'm thinking, oh damn, Scott on drugs? Like, what's popping? No, he been snooping through her stuff. Every time she drop a piece of clothing, he go through the piece of clothing. She was asking about why he went through the journals and all this other stuff, child. And then this fool that went and reached out to one of her ex-boyfriends on Facebook because he wanted a reference, because he was like, look, I'm dating her. I want to know her background. Let me know. The guy, of course, forwarded the message to her or whatever. I was just like, that's a hot ass mess. And then that was pretty much it for them too. I'm so tired of them. Like, I don't blame him for wanting a reference, but you should have did that beforehand. Like, you'd have moved her into your house. You'd have got to know her daughter. Like, that's another thing. Like, why we keep meeting these children and we don't even know where these relationships fitting to go? Like, why? Just why? I don't even understand it. Somebody tell me. Tell me. I don't get it. Who we gonna talk about next, child? Let's talk about I'm about to say Marcelino. Brittany and Marcelino. So basically she having this 30th birthday party. She having a good time. She turning up. Now mind you, it's been 4 weeks since she stopped talking to her mom. They kicked her out, yada yada yada. She hasn't heard from her mama. Now, again, mind you, when we saw that, it was the whole quarantine. Las Vegas was shut down, yada yada yada. She having like this big 30th birthday party. So we not in quarantine no more? Like, whatever. So they having like this big party. She throwing dollars at Marcelino. He's stripping through the window. Like, they having a good ass time. Her sister called her. Her sister, the one who live in Alaska, she called her. She want to bring up mom. Did you talk to mom? And all this stuff. I'm like, why are we talking about this on her 30th birthday? Like, you couldn't have did it tomorrow or something like that. She was like, no, I haven't heard from mom and stuff like that. So she crying. I'm like, oh my God. First she was drunk screaming, then she drunk crying, then the other sister Kayla, I don't even know if we met her, maybe we did, I just can't remember. She starts talking about how the mama, the first time, what she say, the first outing or the first memory she had of her mom was taking her to a crack house. I was like, now that's fucked up. But why are we talking about this on this child birthday party? Like, why is we talking about the mama so much? Can we not focus on her birthday? Like, why are we doing all this? And then Kayla was like, at first I was kind of embarrassed by you or whatever, but now you my role model, yada, yada, yada. Of course, Brittany started crying, boo-hoo crying and whatnot. One of her friends was like, look, you can't blame your mom, you gotta blame the addiction. And here go Brittany comparing herself to her mama, which you can't do. I wish people stop comparing other people to people. Like, people is different and people gonna do different shit. So I need to keep telling myself that over and over again, because sometimes I have a tendency to compare myself. But at any rate, this ain't therapy. But she tells her, like, look, you can't compare what your mom did, because look, I did what your mom did. Like, I did that, and now look at me. I hit rock bottom. I was doing all this. My family shunned me. I was your mama basically. And she was like, and now look at me, I pulled myself up, yada yada yada. So I'm like, why is we talking about this? Why? And then even Marcelino was like, why is she crying on her birthday? Like, this is not what we finna do. So he started, you know, doing what a good spouse do, hyping her up, bringing her happy, getting her all excited and stuff because it's her birthday and stuff. And then, child, he pulls out the cake. He's saying happy birthday, and then he wasted good ass cake and threw that shit at her, and it got all in her hair. She said she paid $130 for I'm about to say a car wash, a hair wash. $130. Girl, you could have gave me that $130 and I would have massaged your scalp and everything, okay? But she going off. At first it seemed like she was just kind of like joking, going off, but she was like really going off. He was like, well, I think she drunk. Then she called him a bald-headed son of a... I said, what? Child, of course he stormed off. He upset, and he told the camera people to leave him. And that's pretty much what happened to Brittany and Marcelino. I said, this is gonna be a whole hot ass mess episode with these two. Yeah. I don't know why I was about to count extra people. Who we about to do? Oh, let's do Lacie and Shane. So they just talking about the babies, and she was telling him how the babies pee inside her and stuff, because you know that gets the amniotic fluid and stuff, and she 9 weeks pregnant. He was like, look, I am not ready for 3 babies. He's scared, he can't mentally prepare. And she was like, well, you can't really mentally prepare. He was like, yeah, I mean, but 3? And he like, I didn't think my future was gonna look like this. I mean, she already got 3, and then we got, that's 6 babies. So he's not prepared and stuff like that, but he's excited to go to the ultrasound because finally he can get to go to the ultrasound and see the babies and stuff. So I think that was pretty much. Oh, he says he has a temp job and the job keeps changing, and when the job changes, the pay changes too. So he's kind of concerned about that. And then she was saying like the house not big enough, we got to be frugal with our finances, so they gonna have to buy like a new house, yada yada yada. That's what he was talking about. So it's ultrasound time. He excited. Child, they get inside the little room. Why they take their mask off? What was the point of them taking their mask off? I didn't understand that part. And then the doctor, she had her mask right here. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. And so they doing the ultrasound and stuff, and then she sees one baby, and she like, oh, we see the heartbeat. The heartbeat is good. Because remember, it was 2 sacks. One had twins, and then one had the single. So then she goes to look for the, sorry, on my back. So she goes to look for the other sack with the 2 babies in there. She like, well, where the other sack at? I can't find it. Unfortunately, Lacie lost the twins or whatever. So of course that's devastating for them, and I really felt for them. They were kind of sad, but then they were still happy because they still had 1 baby left. And the doctor was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. She was like, well, I'm gonna take my mask down and talk to y'all. I'm like, they ain't got no mask. Well, whatever. So she goes out to leave so they can talk, and Lacie crying. Shane kind of look upset and down, and he said that he's happy and sad at the same time, because he's happy because they still have, you know, 1 healthy baby and stuff, and that's his baby. He was like, that's my baby, that's my baby. I can't believe that's my baby up there. And so they was excited, but it was like a real sad moment for them too, or whatever, because they were anticipating 3 babies and getting their mindset around 3 babies, and then to find out that somewhere along the line that the twins they miscarried the twins was kind of upsetting for them. So my heart did reach out for them. They was having lunch or something like that, and he wants to go on a honeymoon, but she was like, no, that's a baby moon because I'm still pregnant, so let's just kind of wait. And he was like, oh, okay, you right. So we going to see if somebody can watch the babies for like a day. She was like, no, maybe a week. He was like, okay, 2 weeks. So I thought that was real cute. And then they talk about how horny she was because she pregnant, and then he was like, yeah, the blood be flowing extra down there for me because, you know, it be... Well, I'm not even going to go into detail on it, but just say the blood be flowing. I was just like, boy, because it's nicely lubricated when you be pregnant. So he was excited about that. And that was pretty much it for them too. So who else we got left? Because I tell y'all, it was just, damn, I did that. Yeah, I got 3 couples left. Y'all already know this review finna be long because the show was an hour and 27. Child, let's get into Andrea and Lamar. So she homeschooling. I'm about to call that child Olivia. She homeschooling Priscilla, who is whatever. She homeschooling Priscilla, and she telling her like, we gonna build a family tree. Here go my family and stuff. And then she was telling us how the past few months have been crazy and stuff. But since the baptismal, she feels more happy, and she feel like they gonna make it in LA after all. What happened? So it was a real cute moment between her and Priscilla. Like she was showing her like African dances and stuff like that. It's I mean, like everybody is like from a descendant of Africa and stuff like that. But is she African? Because she keeps talking about her African side, her African heritage. Is she like from? It's like her family, like mom, dad, and stuff from Africa. Is she like African? Y'all let me know down there in them comments. But at any rate, she was saying like, because she was saying like her family is strong educational people and she wants to involve more of her African side. So I was like, she must be African or something because she keeps saying that. And every time she say it, I'd be like, but girl, you black, so you know you got African in you. But maybe she mean like she African American, like she moved from Africa and came here, or her her mom and dad or something. Y'all, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Maybe I'll look it up myself. But probably not. But at any rate, while she teaching Priscilla, Lamar in there with these loud ass beats, child, and she going there like, look, you doing too much. Like you got these beats all loud. I'm homeschooling. I got to get ready for work. I got to feed the kids. I got to do all this stuff. Can you do something? He was like, look, I mean, I'm working and stuff. She was like, yeah, but I got all this stuff to do. Can you just help out? Can you homeschool a child? And he like, look, I ain't got time. You heard the beat. I was just like, Lamar, don't get punched in the throat. But at any rate, what happened? Oh, so she. And then he gonna tell her she need a sister wife. So she, boy, who you really want to get punched in the throat? He said that their schedule's on top of the schedules and they ain't really figuring it out or whatever like that. But he did come out and show Priscilla like his photo albums and stuff like that. And Andrea, she's selling real estate in LA, so she went off to work. Child, he had people on his arm that died. He had a whole graveyard on his back that died. I said, that is, what in the world? That's crazy. What else? Then he showed, because she was like, well, what's the black book? He was like, well, the black book is a secret. You can't keep it secret or whatever. And so he got an extra daughter. They show a clip, and it looked like Andrea had met the daughter and the mom. I don't remember that. Was that in season 1? Was they in season 1? No, they wasn't in season 1. Maybe it was season 2. Because season 2 had 150,000 episodes. So I don't remember. Maybe we saw it and I just don't remember. But at any rate, he got a daughter. She's 16. Priscilla was all excited and stuff like that. And Lamar was saying like he want to get back into his daughter's life because his daughter, Chantel, she feels like, that was her name right? No, Shantae. She feels like she got pushed to the side while he focused on Andrea and her children or whatever like that. So he wants Priscilla to get to know Shantae and know her, but he don't want her to tell the mama that he done told her about the sister. I said, Lord have mercy. So you gonna have this little baby lie? That's not what we do, Lamar. That is not what we do. And then we see him on the phone with, and we know Andrea gonna lose her whole entire mind. When she find out that he told Priscilla, he really gonna get, he ain't gonna get punched in the, he gonna get stepped on the throat. And Andrea is a heavy woman. He gonna die. He on the phone with his daughter. He want to make sure they still on. He was making peanut butter sandwiches and stuff. I guess they ain't had no jelly, but then sometimes people just don't like jelly. They just want peanut butter. So whatever. And he was like, she used to write him in jail and send him pictures and stuff like that. And they haven't talked in about 3 years. And he just really trying to connect and, you know, get to know her. And so somehow he told her, like, I'm bringing Priscilla, and she was like, well, damn, I thought it was just gonna be me and you, like, we was gonna connect, we was gonna chill. He was like, well, yeah, I want you to meet your little sister. And she seemed like, look, I can meet her some other time. I don't really feel like meeting her or whatever, because I just want you to consider my feelings, make me a priority or whatever. And he was saying, like, he felt a lot of pressure from Andrea, from this, from that, from her, and all this other stuff. And she was like, he was like, well, is we still gonna meet? She was like, I might be there, I might not be there. I said, ooh, and that was the end of that one, child. So it looked like maybe they was going like a picnic, so maybe they going to the park or something. Who knows, child? But I was like, yeah, he really should have just met her by herself so she can feel like, look, this is about me. And then maybe asked her, like, do you want to meet Priscilla? Do you want to meet, not like, do you want to meet your other siblings or whatever like that, versus putting it blindsiding her and was like, oh, well, I'm bringing Priscilla and yada, yada, yada. So I feel like he did it all wrong, but that's just me. Anyway, let's get into Q and Chevelle. It looked like Chevelle must have moved because they was in an apartment or whatever, because remember she was in that house, but now she looked like she in an apartment. But at any rate, Chevelle is going off. O-F-F. Off. Okay? And she throwing his stuff out the window. She like 2.5 years wasted. I'm through with him. Like, she go sit on the curb, and I said, yeah, because at first I was like, well, who apartment is it? I was confused, and I'm like, why she sit on the curb? She can't sit on her little stoop or something, but whatever. We see flashbacks of their little happy relationship. He the love of her life, and watching the relationship grow. And she was like, well, now he getting distant. He getting real distant. He getting real sketchy. I ain't feeling it or whatever. And she said last night when he was asleep, she went through his phone. I said, girl, you go searching, you gonna find something you don't want to see. But then again, I mean, you go searching, you shouldn't be finding nothing you don't want to see. It shouldn't be nothing to be seen. But at any rate, I digress. She saw a text from some girl saying, like, when the next time I'm gonna see you and get some of that eggplant. And a little smiley face. I said, she want the eggplant. When she get the eggplant? Who this girl, Harpo? Like, what is going on around here? So, but he ain't replied in the text. Maybe he fell asleep. Or maybe he was thinking about looking at the schedule when he was going to see. Or maybe it was a setup. Who knows, child? So, child, she's sitting there with the producer. She like, well, I wanted to call the girl, but I ain't really want to call the girl because I don't want to start no drama. The producer's like, well, you should call her. I was like, well, they messy, but whatever. So she like, well, I'm going to call her. You want me to call her? All right, I'll call her. So she get on there. Who this? I said, girl, you call her. Like, what? True story. I had that ish happen to me. Like, some girl gonna call me up. Now, I was not the homewrecker. What if she was the homewrecker? But she calling me up, asking me, who this? I had to look at my phone. I was like, wait a minute. I know I ain't called nobody. Like, you called me. Like, what? I might have to tell y'all that story a little later on. But I'm like, Chevelle, you call her? She was like, well, who this? She was like, you the girl in my man phone or whatever. You know Quaylen? Who is Quaylen? I don't know who that is or whatever. You don't know who that is. You's a lying bitch. I ain't no bitch. You the bitch. So they going back and forth, child. She like, you slept with my man? Was you putting money on his commissary when he was in jail? Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, so you was putting money on his jail? So you was talking to him and having sex with him and seeing him up in jail? Maybe. Maybe not. I said, oh my God, this is a mess. So they show pictures of Chevelle with him, child. And then the girl said something like, because she said, I forgot what Chevelle said, but the girl was like, damn, that's crazy or whatever like that. And something about dating almost 3 years or whatever. And then that's when they showed pictures of Chevelle and Q. And she took the baby up to the jail to see him. What? You ain't even know him from a can of paint. Like, what? I can understand yeah, y'all had a relationship long time ago, and he got hemmed up, and he knew the baby or something. You, she was saying like it was all broken because at one point they had banged on each other. The girl he was talking to on the phone, or she was talking to on the phone. Broken promises, jail talk, all this other stuff, child. So Q called her. She was like, "Oh, he calling me," after she banged on the girl, or whatever. And oh no, this is the funny part. She wants. Let me rewind. So they on the phone. The girl said something. I don't know what she said or whatever. And so the girl said something. And she was like, "No, you the motherfucking hoe. Now get the fuck off my line, hoe," or whatever. And then I was like, "Chevelle, you call her though. Like, what? Why is you going ham on this girl? Like, I will never understand that. Why you go ham on the other woman? That other woman don't owe you nothing. Like, you need to be checking the man because he the one who with you. The man or the female that's with you, you need to be checking them because they the one you in a committed relationship with. They the one that owe you some answers and explanations and all that other stuff. Not the woman they cheating with or the man they cheating with. Like, I don't understand it. I would never understand that. But at any rate, child, Q called her up. And then I finally got to see what was going on with her braids. They crocheted, so probably that's why they sit kind of high. And then, but in her scenes with the apartment, not the producer scenes, her makeup looked like it was better. So I said, oh, okay, maybe she got one of her friends to do it or something like that because she saw how she was looking the last time. She was looking kind of pasty, kind of, she looked like my shirt. But, so her makeup looked good. I was like, okay, girl. So he all calm on the phone, like, what's up? And she was like, you been cheating on me since jail? He was like, what? How am I do that? Like, what you talking about? Everybody cheating. Yeah, they said they fucked you. They said they slept with you or whatever like that. They said they had all this stuff. They said. But what he saying? And he like, no, she going ham. He like, well, I seen the text message. I said, he was like, look, I can explain all that. I don't know what you going to explain or whatever like that. He was like, look, I ain't got time for this foolishness. I'll see you when I get home. Okay, bye. He clicked on her. She was like, oh, he used me. He kind me. He ain't nothing but a hoe. So they arguing on the outside of all places. I know their neighbors was like at the door because I'd have been that person. So she was like, you been a hoe, you been a whore, you been out here sleeping on everybody, and you ain't had sex with me since you came out of jail. Why, Quaylen? Why you ain't had sex with me since you came out of jail? He was like, why? Because you out here being a hoe. I was just like, oh my God. Q was looking kind of rough. I said, what done happened in these months since he been out of jail? Because he looked cute when he came out, but now But at any rate, he like, look, I love her, but she crazy or whatever. Something ain't right with this girl. Like, how I'm gonna cheat? Here go the producers, but just tell the truth. He like, I ain't got to lie. Like, what I'm lying for? Ain't nobody cheat on her. And so, what happened, child? Somehow she put him out basically. She was like, bye, you going? And he took his little animal and he got in somebody's car and drove off on the sunset. She's somebody there crying, talking about something. And my baby calling him daddy and shit. I ain't telling her to do that. She did that on her own. I was just like, and you let her? Why? Correct the child. That ain't your daddy. That ain't your daddy. That's Quaylen. That's Mr. Q or whatever. Correct her. Okay? And then again, she out there on the pure crying. I said, Jesus. And then we saw the previews for next week, and it looked like some girl was calling them up, talking about when I'm going to see you again. So, Q-Line, I don't know. Or something ain't right in the buttermilk. But let's get on to Shawn and Destinie, child. Because again, this is a hot mess, and I'm tired of them. Okay? Destinie and Shawn. So he telling us that everything going. He don't know what to do. The producer's knocking at the door. Child, he was still getting zipped up and stuff. And they like, well, we're Destinie. He like, look, she's gone. Like, she took all her stuff and everything like that. I mean, she didn't really have no stuff out here, but she took like all her stuff. She took her makeup and stuff. She took like all her clothes, the closets is gone and stuff like that. You know, like when that incident happened between like her and Kelly, like I just gave them both space and stuff like that. But like I don't know. Like she's been gone for like a whole 24 hours and stuff. And then like I've been calling her, and they was like, how long? How many times you call? I would call her like a lot. Like I just been blowing her up, and she hasn't even been like saying anything. And then like I don't know if she's like on drugs or she's with somebody else. Like we got court in a few days, and I'm still on hold for that $50,000. But she always said that I wouldn't be. She would come to court, and I wouldn't have to pay that money and stuff. So I don't know. And then he go through the stepchild. He see like a couple makeup brushes and stuff, and he like, well, she left this. What is this? A pregnancy test? Is that why she left? So then he go by the trash. She don't find no stick. He like, I mean, we ain't never used no protection, so I mean, she could be pregnant. Maybe that's why she left. I don't know. But I'm finna blow her up all day because yeah, I'm scared. I'm worried. And then he go off to work. She at the gas station, she's talking about something. She's tired of him playing games and his manipulation, and she don't like the way him and Kelly still talking and stuff like that, and something going on. She got court in a few days, but she feel like she about to run off. She said that she got his car and his credit card. Shawn, track the credit card. Get it cut off. Track the car. Find the car. You will find Destiny and your $50,000. But who is me? She was saying like she thought she was pregnant. She took the test because she felt sick. The test came back negative, but it's day 21 and she's 3 days later, whatever like that. Her period works like clockwork, so she still thinks she's pregnant. She's saying like she don't give a crap about Shawn. She finna ride off into the sunset. She don't even know where she going, but she feel like running, and that's what she finna do. And she said she not gonna be found because she not doing 7 years in jail. She said she not gonna be found until they catch her, or she not gonna make the jail until they catch her, basically. So then later on, we see her on the phone with her mama. She telling her mama that she left Shawn. And mama like, good, because he was 45. He had 6 kids you know nothing about. He wasn't cute. He had this weird little talk, and like, no, girl, leave him. And so she like, look, I don't know. And then the mama like, stop cussing. Like, Mom, I'm upset, so I can cuss. I said, no, that's not what we do. But whatever. She was saying like she got severe pain in her stomach, and so she goes to the bathroom. The camera crew was about to follow her in there and stuff, and then they like, well, you okay? What's going on? And she was like, I don't know, but I'm having excruciating pain. And then we found out that she had an ectopic pregnancy. She kept calling it ectopic. I said, no, ectopic. So she had an ectopic pregnancy a few years ago, and she feels as though she's having another ectopic pregnancy, which could explain, why the test came back negative and stuff. And she said she feels the pain in the same area that she had the last ectopic pregnancy, and she's worried. They finally convinced her to go to the emergency room where she gonna get checked out and stuff. And then she said her arm was getting numb, she was sweating, all that stuff. She probably was having like a panic attack, worrying about what was going on in her stomach, and that could have been all together or whatever like that. So we'll see what happens with that child. I was just like, this season gonna be a hot mess. And like I said, they gonna add Poppy and Brenda, whatever that girl name was, to the mix. I don't even understand why. I don't want to hear from them people. But at any rate, y'all, this is 43 minutes. But at any rate, y'all let me know how y'all felt about Friday's episode. If y'all like this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and go ahead and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all, until next time, peace.